Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good afternoon, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmad Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Let's take a look at what we're discussing. First of all, we tell you that Inzamamul Haq, former Test captain, former Test cricketer as well, former captain of the Pakistan cricket team, also he's been in this role before as well, has been appointed as the chief selector of the Pakistan cricket team. This was announced by the Pakistan Cricket Board. Inzamam will now take over as chief selector, and it comes at a very important time. The World Cup squad, the Asia Cup squad hangs in the balance as well, so it's an important development as far as Pakistan Cricket Board is concerned. Inzamamul Haq is now the new chief selector of the Pakistan Cricket Board. After that, we tell you that the Pakistan cricket team has been given the green light to travel to India to participate in the ICC ODI World Cup being played in India from October till November. This decision was taken by the committee that was formed by the Honourable Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. The committee was being chaired by the Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari. They submitted their recommendations to the government, and the government finally took the decision. Prime Minister in general took the decision that the team will travel to India to participate in the World Cup, keeping the spirit of the game and the true essence of cricket and sportsmanship alive. They will travel to India because sports should always be kept apolitical, and of course no sense of politicizing this issue would be given. So the team is going to travel. However, the committee also said that they have relevant issues regarding security of the Pakistan cricket team, and India must address these issues and ensure the government of Pakistan that foolproof security would be provided to the Pakistan cricket team while they're on their tour to India for the World Cup. So it's a welcoming sign. Like I said, it's a very, very important development as far as the decision is concerned. After that, we move on to the India versus West Indies T20 International Series. India have lost the second T20 as well. They're now 2-0 down in the series. West Indies are 2-0 up. They've got 5 in total, 3 more T20s remaining, but there have been some serious question marks on Hardik Pandya's captaincy by some former players. But the fact is that India is experimenting at this stage, and frankly speaking, I know a lot of you have said a lot of things regarding this Indian team, and yes, they are not in form right now. Yes, they've got problems of their own before the World Cup, but trust me, this is a series where India does not matter about the result. I'm being very honest. I think they're just taking this as a practice run to try some new combinations for T20 cricket, and therefore I think the result won't bother them this much. As far as, well, in this part of the world, whether it's Pakistan, India, we tend to overall sensationalize cricket. So I think there will be very strict talk, very aggressive talk in India, in the media, all around the world as well. But the fact is that India is taking this series as a practice run for certain players. Then of course we move on. We talk about some football. Arsenal have won the Community Shield. They beat Manchester City on penalties. Both teams scored 1 goal each in normal time, and on penalties it was Arsenal. Saad and Palmer were on the score sheet, so we'll talk about that. And also Arteta has also said that he did question his job after the first season, his continuity as far as being the manager of Arsenal is concerned. So we'll talk about that in detail. Time now to start the show, and we do it with cricket. Of course, in studios we've been joined by someone who's making a comeback now. Inzamam's not the only one making a comeback. This gentleman is making a comeback in studios, of course, as well. He's had a very successful run at the Kabul Premier League. He was commentating and presenting there as well. So of course, congratulations to him on a successful tour, but we're glad that he's back. Joining us is cricket commentator, broadcaster, presenter, cricket expert, and my very dear brother Asif Ahmad. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmad. I'm very well. Thank you very much for the compliments, each and everything.
Well, great to have you back. I've really missed you on the show in the studios. I think there's been a lot to talk about. But first of all, it's now headlines all over. Inzamamul Haq is the new chief selector.
Well, Ahmad, to be very honest, that when I heard this news, I wasn't happy. If you see the record in 1992, we saw a young and energetic Inzamamul Haq. He played so well for Pakistan. Pakistan have won that World Cup. 1996, if you do remember, a very important match against India in the quarterfinal. Inzamam collapsed. Talk about 1999, World Cup 1999. Pakistan lost against Australia. Inzamam was there. What he made the difference, nothing there. Then 2003, then 2007, he was the skipper of the team, and Pakistan lost against Ireland. So if you see his cricketing career, being an individual, being a finisher, I like him, but being skipper, being leader, he didn't perform so well. And then if you see his first term as chief selector in 2016 to 2019. Yes, there is a talk now that, and there is a debate that Pakistan have won the Champions Trophy in his tenure. He was the chief selector. But then who's the responsible that Pakistan lost in the World Cup of 2019? So once again, in 2023, we're going for the same experiment. Being skipper, being an individual, because it's a very, very important responsibility that you will be answerable for each and everything. You'll be responsible. When we win, when we do something good, we take the responsibility, we own it. But when we don't perform good and team doesn't play well, then nobody takes responsibility. This is an important question. The chief selector, if he would concentrate on the domestic structure, on school structure, on college and club level, then I think he would be okay. But if you're just coming up with the laptop and just informing that this is the team, and I have seen this team in the stats and they guys played well in the domestic cricket and the domestic structure, and I'm announcing, I think then anybody could do this job. So chief selector is a big responsibility. To be very honest, so far, for me, it's okay, fine, I'm not happy.
But it comes at a very critical time, Asif, and I am genuinely very surprised that every time there's an ICC tournament, particularly a World Cup, right close to the World Cup, Pakistan Cricket Board has all sorts of things to address and restructure. That's very alarming before a World Cup.
See, we were discussing this earlier as well, that the World Cup is around the corner, and the entire world, they're just planning their teams, and we're just looking forward to get our chief selector. That the Babar Azam, the captain, the skipper, the rest of the team, there is if and buts going in their minds, and still if they are thinking that team should play up to the mark, they should came up with the trophy, and they should stand on the victory position. I don't think so that it's the right time to take these kind of decisions. You're talking about the decision. Let's talk about the decision power of Inzamam ul Haq, being skipper, being chief selector. If you see his record, yes, once again I'm telling you that being an individual, a middle order batter, yes, I enjoy his batting. Everybody enjoyed his batting because he was a top-notch finisher.
If I'm not wrong, and I mean this with all respect to Inzamam ul Haq, he served the nation. He's been a former test cricketer, a great captain as well at the same time. He's the same chief selector. When he was the chief selector, he was criticized for leaving the first class tournament, not witnessing any match, and going for a commercial activity with a private PSL franchise.
If you're asking this question, I think that Inzamam should answer this question as well, because for me, if you're a chief selector, your priorities must be with the nation, with your national duties, instead of you're going, for the franchise cricket. Yes, this is your personal life. I don't want to comment, that if you're a chief selector and then you're just going for your commercial activities. This is the problem. That's why I'm saying, if you're talking about his decision power, I'm not happy that Inzamam ul Haq is an average person in terms of taking good decisions.
Interestingly, at the same time, whatever might be happening with the board, thank God our skipper is in form, because I've just heard Babar Azam is on 96. He's nearing his 100 in the Lankan Premier League.
There is no question about his class. There is no question about his batting. There is no question about his temperament. The international world is recognizing him as a best player. Recent past, in last couple of days, Nawaz said that the Babar Azam is the one and only perfect batter in the world. He was not talking about Kane Williamson or Virat Kohli, that all of them, they're top notch. I have interviewed the brother of Rahmanullah Gurbaz. He said that Babar Azam is my favorite player. So Babar Azam being player, yes, he is fantastic. But once again, lots of responsibilities. You'd have to play Asia Cup. You'd have to lead your team in the World Cup. So lots of responsibilities on you. You'd have to work on your mental stress. You'd have to work on your or the rest of the activities as well. What's going on with the team? Would have to. One thing I must talk about, that is the unity among the team. I like that the Babar Azam, he takes responsibility. Yes, I have asked this question to him after losing. Here he was playing against New Zealand. I have asked this question: do you take responsibility and do you watch your matches after the match, and do you work on your mistakes as well? So he said that I used to watch each T20 match 2 to 3 times. What does it mean? That he is working, and it's really nice. So if you're working on your skills, if you're working, how to gather the team, it's really good. But once again, what's going on in the Pakistan Cricket Board, it definitely affects the performance of the Pakistan cricket.
It's an alarming situation right now, and I think it's a time of crisis. Even when this cricket committee has been formed with Misbah Hafiz and Inzamam, 3 members of this committee.
Why you're not taking the name of Rashid Latif?
He's not in the committee. He's announced it as well. He's not, he said I was never in that committee.
But he went there.
Maybe for some, meet and greet probably, but he was never in the committee. But the fact is that 20th of January this year, 2023, Pakistan Cricket Board writes letters to all departments and various organizations and regions for their intent or participation in the next first class structure of the Quaid-e-Azam Trophy. 20th of January. We're now in August, it's the 7th of August, so that time of 7 months has passed. And still right now the Pakistan Cricket Board is not sure, because 3 meetings of this committee, and there's still a divide where someone says that separate regions, separate departments, 2 different tournaments. Someone says no, combined tournaments, but at the same time there have been rumors that majority departments are still not ready to take part in this structure.
Well, that haphazard situation. No one knows that what will happen in the future. And right before 2-3 months, everyone was pretty much curious and showing their interest, especially if you talk about the departments. And I personally met with some people of KRL and the other departments as well. They said we aren't sure. Either once again, if we're putting money and we're investing in sports, in cricket especially, what will happen after 3 or 6 months if the same, the same things will go on, and if we're getting the same decisions that there won't be any department cricket. So that's why, people aren't sure. Let me give you an example. We are, in September, you would have to start your domestic structure as well. I was in Kabul, and right after the final, people were telling me that we're going for our domestic cricket. It will be starting in the next week. And each and everything was really going smooth in the cricket board.
4-day cricket? Are they going to start?
Yes,
that's wonderful. Yeah. That's wonderful.
So, and what's happening in Pakistan? See, we're the top-notch team in the world, especially when we talk about the T20 and ODIs. That's why, your players, they're not able to perform up to the mark, because the mentally piece is really, really important. And same thing is going on with the players in the domestic structure as well. Either they got their contracts or not. Still there's a debate going on. Either what type of contracts they will get. So that's why I'm saying that I'm requesting this to Zaka Ashraf, that he's an experienced guy. Please sort out these things as soon as possible. So they should concentrate on their game.
Concentration from the players is one thing, but at the same time we can agree that whatever might be happening in the Pakistan Cricket Board, Babar Azam is a very street smart cricketer. I think he would have had in his mind the players he wants to take to the World Cup, because the biggest question right now is what squad is Pakistan going to take, although I think you would also agree that it's a welcome development that the Pakistani government has given the green signal to the team to travel to the World Cup in India.
First of all, I will definitely talk about this. This is really good, What we are telling to the rest of the world, that Pakistan is a really peaceful country and we have nothing to do with the extremism, especially when we talk about the cricket, that we are showing these gestures. This India should learn these kind of ethics from the government of Pakistan. We always, open our arms and we're just telling that, yes, we're coming to your country. Security is the concern and you guys are responsible for the security. Of course, that when we talk about their religious processions, it will be in process during World Cup. So Indian government, especially this Modi regime, whenever we talk about the extremism, fundamentalism, it's increasing day by day in India. So that's a question point. But still, Pakistan team, Babar Azam will be playing in Ahmedabad or all over the world, in Kolkata, in Delhi, in Chennai. I'll be loving, everyone would be loving definitely that Babar Azam and the rest of the Pakistan team, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Rizwan, they'll be performing there. So the India should be learning with these kind of decisions of the Pakistan government. They should follow these norms, they should follow these traits, that please keep aside this politics and let's play cricket. And India should come to Pakistan for the bilateral series, T20 series, Test series. In the past, we have enjoyed tremendous cricket, and they always love our hospitality. And we, of course, that Pakistani cricketer, they always talk about, especially Shoaib Akhtar, Shahid Afridi. They said that the we got ample love from the Indian crowd, from the Indian spectators. So cricket is a beautiful game, and it's a gentleman game. It has nothing to do with the politics. So I appreciate the decision of Pakistan government.
Definitely, definitely, it's a decision to appreciate. But at the same time, India have lost their second T20 to the West Indies. Now there's a lot of questions being raised, but at the same time, Asif, like I said, I'm of the opinion that they don't matter. You know, they don't worry about the results, and it doesn't matter because they're in sort of an experimenting phase right now.
Yeah, bilateral series always, you know that I had given this example so many times. Pakistan lost against Bangladesh in Bangladesh ODI series right after the 2015 World Cup when the Azhar Ali was the captain. Right now, Pakistan lost against Afghanistan in UAE, in Sharjah, the T20 series. So bilateral series, you always come up with the new experiments, with the new faces. Hardik Pandya is a captain, he's a skipper, you know, he played well if you talk about his performance.
Next series they're going with Bumrah as captain.
Yeah, I mean, you are giving chances to the youngsters. But I don't think so that Pakistan will follow the same trade.
No, not the same trade, but there is a certain something going on before the World Cup with the Indian team. There is something, you'd agree.
Something like what?
Something, you know, related to problems with form, problems. Maybe some people are not happy with the captain. There are some certain things.
We are observing that India is not performing up to the mark in ICC's tournament, especially in the World Cup. From 2-3 World Cup, if you see that 2019, there's example there. 2015, yes. There's once again the big problem is the big place. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma.
Well, but a big question is Rohit Sharma going to retire from ODI cricket after the World Cup?
I can't say anything, but the things, it depends on the result of the World Cup.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely, that is the case. But it's at a point where, you know, for the first time ever in a World Cup, Pakistan and India, we feel the more confident side. So I think
this time that's a really important point, that the Pakistan team is performing so well. If you see the batting, bowling, each and everything, couple of concerns are there, but still I'm quite sure that Pakistan will qualify for the semi-final with this team.
With this team, hopefully, inshallah. That is our hope, and you know, we are the favourites so far, so we want to take that as well. But Asif, thank you very much for joining us on Sports Extra. On that note, we take a short break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.